Yasba Olosholang. Nkaulele TV Kenya is focused mainly on telling cultural and traditional stories. Nkaulele is basically a Maasai name to mean home. African tradition is expressed with different kind of ways. For example, music, dance, art, beadwork, stone sculpture, among others. Oral tradition is very important as it actually ensures the passage of cultural practices from one generation to another. Nkaulele TV hereby demystifies and captures various traditions and culture that are deeply rooted in our diverse communities and help you understand the reason as to why we exist. So this is Nkaulele TV, the home of cultural diversity and coexistence. And I am your host, Nasha Leifa Mwiked, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we go ahead and I tell you why I'm holding this beautiful drum, I want to take this opportunity to say asanteni sana to all those that have subscribed to our channel. Thank you for being faithful followers. If you have not subscribed to Nkaulele TV Kenya, what are you really waiting for? Kindly go to your YouTube and please do not forget to subscribe to Nkaulele TV Kenya once you search, and do not forget to tap the notification bell so you can be notified each time I do an upload. And for those that have been sharing with their friends, gosh, I've been getting amazing feedback, and thank you so much for those that are actually reaching out to ask me about museums and stuff like that. I hope you have been able to reach out to the places that you wanted me to direct you to. So thank you so much. And if you feel like it is comfortable for you to also, mingle with us on our social media platforms, we are Nkaulele TV and Nkaulele TV Kenya at all platforms, and we are Nkaulele 4 on TikTok. So I will not waste your time. I'm sure you're wondering why I feel like beating this drum the whole time, but because I have to narrate this beautiful story to you, let's get into the story. Born in the 1790s, Mukite Wanamene witnessed his parents being murdered by the Bamia warriors from the Teso tribe. For the rest of his life, Mukite Wanamene lived as a refugee at Ebukalabasi after the Teso warriors dispersed most of his clansmen and his relatives and all of them. Well, each tribe in Kenya has a myth or a legend about their origin. So today I'm going to tell you a story of a certain Luhya Bukusu warrior who is a legend and was celebrated, and his name is Mukite Wanamene, meaning the drumming Bukusu warrior. Now you understand why I'm holding this beautiful drum. Well, there was a misunderstanding about grazing fields and cultivating fields within the Teso people and the Bukusu from Luhya. Okay, so those days long ago, it is said that the Bukusu men were not as strong as the Bamia warriors from the Teso tribe. So what happened during the war, as the Teso tribe came in, the land to disperse people and tried to take over that land, the Bukusu men had to flee. It is said that as they were being scattered, and the fight was all going on, they scattered in 3 different routes. There were 3 groups from the Bukusu land that were dispersed by the Teso warriors. I hope you are following up to that point. So the first group went through Port Victoria. And as they were heading to Port Victoria now to flee from the Teso warriors, they were harassed on their way to settle by the Abanyala men. Okay, especially the women and children. They were really disturbed by the Abanyala men as they were going, to flee from the war. The second group fled to Marachi, and the third group fled to Ebukalabasi. Oh, these African names, I tell you. Well, I love just how hard they are sometimes. So Mukite Wanamene, also had to run away, and he went to settle at Ebukalabasi, where he settled as a refugee like other Bukusu men who flee home. Well, every African tribe, at least I can tell you, every Kenyan tribe here has a rite of passage at a certain age. So Mukite went through his teenagehood and through initiation, where immediately after he grew into a strong, fearless warrior. Well, he settled well with these people and he didn't have issues. Now, as he was growing, he started thinking, home. There's something about a warrior and going back home, just the sense of belonging, home, your roots, where they come from. And you know what? Especially me, from where I come from, roots are very, very important. So I can only imagine for a man, it's even worse. So as he was growing, day by day, he was looking and thinking of ways to actually help his people to go back home and take over what belonged to them. Because now the Bamia had displaced them and they were just refugees. Okay. Well, one thing we all know from Luhya land, especially if you have not watched any of my, stories, please check this link up here, tap, and you will know about the origin of the Luhya people. And if there's something I've also left out, just leave it down at the comment section. So, if you heard that story, then you know how many sub-tribes are in the Luhya community. Okay, so you know that Bukusu is just one of them. There's the Maragoli, there's so many. Anyways, I digress. Back to my story. We all know that the Luhya people love farming. And so, towards the end of the farming season in 1822, Mukite had gathered enough courage and he thought, I really need to look for help because we need to take our people back home. So, Mukite gathered his courage and with the help of some Bukusu seers and elders, he went round the whole village beating his drum. Now, during those times, beating the drum meant so many things. And in this particular time, his drum meant war. Okay? So he went around the village and he's calling people. I can only imagine, come out here guys, it's time for us to take over. Kujeni, I'm ready. It is time for us to go back home. He was calling his people and he was telling them, hey, bana, tumekaa sana huku. It is time for us to go and take over what was ours. We have to reclaim our land. These people, they have to know us. Kwani nini? Nyumbani ni nyumbani, lazima tutarudi. Anyways, the reign of terror, bloodshed had already come down. It was not as much. And people, some Bukusu people already going back home. And Mukite was like, I don't know if it's just a Mukite thing, but I'm thinking most warriors will want to take over. If someone stepped on your toe, you want to revenge back. If someone they took something from you, they have to return it and it's not going to be easy. Same way they made you suffer, you're going to do the same. So, Mukite decided, I'm going to make good warriors out of all these men that, survived. And we are going to take over what was ours and we are going to do revenge kama kitu ingine. Hawa watu watajua sisi ni nani. So, Mukite was actually so wise and he knew what he had planned. He had plans, but now he wanted to make sure everything would fall into place. So first, he started forging out nice weapons that, would do the work properly. So, he taught his people how to fight. Yani, aliwafundisha from scratch. Guys, this is how it's gonna be. First, he had 3 very beautiful tactics. Number 1 was, of course, the tools. He had really, he had done nice, tools and ready for war. They were just ready. And he knew what was for what. Short distance, long distance, he had prepared all the tools already. Number 2, he told his people, what we are going to do is I'm going to divide you into 2 groups. Okay? This was just beginning of it. So he created 2 groups. Group number 1 was for the strong warriors. And he had named it the Elamali group. Now, this particular group was the one that goes front, the strong men. Sasa wale, the best out of the military training he had done, now the best out of the best were the ones that were in the Elamali group and they were the forefront. Group number 2 was known as the Engetut. Now, this one, they were not at weak, but they were not the best. So this group would actually be sent to ease this other one. So if group 1 attacked and they needed to rest, then group 2 would go in and they would come out. Also taught them never to flee from war. Like, you'd rather die, but do not run. If they come, let them bring it on. But no matter what, there is no fleeing. So the only thing we are going to do is, if group number 1 fought and they were tired, they would come back, rest, the other one would attack. But there's no fling, there's no fling from war. According to legend, it is said that his tactic, helped him and all the Bukusu people to be known as the best at war, and no one else can be, compared to his war tactics than the elder that was before him, Maina wa Nakutale. And I'm about to do his story, so you'd want to watch that, this, and also the origin of the Luyas, and then you would know them well. Now they were ready, and they were ready to go and take over. This time round, remember, the Tesos had already beaten them for some time on, winners. But this time round, when they went for battle, tables turned, my friend. Nani kama hao Mabukusu. They fought the Bamia people and took over, They claimed their victory. All the Teso, the Bamia people that were, had occupied their land, all the Abatachoni, the Abasamia, the Abawanga, and even the Luos from Ugenya were not spared. Yeah? It is actually said that the Bukusus were so good at war that they even, beat down the Vakwavi, who were actually known as the Wasingishu Masais. And people, we all know that no one would have dared to, go head to head with the Masais. They were really good at war. But this time, the Bukusus were top of the layer, Now, he had taken over and dignity had returned to his people. But something hit him and he was like, no. I remember women and children were harassed by the Abanyala men on their way to, Port Victoria. I have to go back and revenge. Kwa nini waliwasumbua? Watajua sisi ni nani. So this time round, he decided he's going to now create a third group. Now this third group, you remember there is the first one, the Elamali, there's Engetut, and now he created another one. And this third group was made of intelligence and spies. Basically, it was created by women and children, the same people that now they were disturbed as they were going to settle down. And this group was named as the Bayoti. Now, the Bayoti group was just simple. Their work was simple. Just go spy around and come and tell the men and the warriors where the Teso men are. Okay? Even their band. All those people that had, Tesa due, come and tell us where they are. Now, these Teso men, once they retreated, they did not just go to settle. They were also like, no, we cannot just give up like this. We have to go back. Kwani this Mukite thinks he's who? We are going to take... See, we did this once, so we are still going to take over again. And this time round, he thought, now the leader of the, the Bamia thought, if we give them a message to tell them when we are coming, they'll be scared. So he sent his people, and they went to the doorstep of the Bukusus, and they were like, yo, we are coming back. 7th day, from today count 7 days, and we are here, and we are coming to take over. Kwani who you guys think you are who? Now, big mistake. It is wise when it is said, when you have plans, shh, do not tell people. Not everyone is happy for you, and people plot against you. So, the Teso people now told them they are coming back after 7 days. Now, having the message clear, Mukite was like, kujeni watu wangu, all groups, this is what we're gonna do. Group number 3, the Bayoti, kujeni hapa. Now, this is some poison that I'm going to give you. I want you to go to the wells. Before you go to the wells first, I was like, wait, the Bayoti, ebu kujeni hapa. Go around the village. Tell every woman, man, child to fetch water and put as much as you can in your stores. Put them in your pots, put them in your buckets. I don't know where you put it. Just fetch enough water, because after some days, you will not be able to fetch water. So the women went and the children, they told everyone, and everyone collected water from the wells and put them in the stores and all that. Immediately after they were done, they came back and reported, Your Highness, we are done. So he was like, okay, now kujeni niwaambie. Then he went to his, secret stash and got something, and he was like, now this, I want you to take this and pour it into every well in this community. And then once you're done, come with whatever has remained and I'll tell you what to do with it. Women were super excited. They poured poison into every well. Remember, this is day 6. Tomorrow there is war coming up. They poisoned all the wells. Then whatever remained, he told them, apply on every arrow, every spear. You know, all men. And then paka kabisa, make sure it is covered with poison. Yeah, this meant war, and he was ready to finish whatever is going to be finished. So anyways, in the morning, there was, they were expecting war. But this time round, he did not send what. No, it was simple for him. He knew his plan will work no matter what. So his men stood on the hills, and they were just now looking down there. They were waiting for the Bamia people to come and bring on their top game, so that they show what they have been trained. Well, the other groups were just relaxing over there. The Bayoti now is at home. They're waiting to scream of relations and happiness because everything is over. The second group is also waiting to see if these ones will be tired. They will come and take over. So the strong warriors, the best ones, were sitting on the hills, and they had their arrows, and they were just watching down like this. They were looking to see where the Bamias are, and of course they did not fail to come. As they were walking, the valleys over there, they're coming. These guys are just looking at them like, you have no idea what you have in store. Anyways, so once they were just about to get to the point where war was supposed to start, these guys started shooting their arrows. They were shooting arrows from right, left, and center, and people were falling down like flies. Remember, these arrows were poisoned. So each person that got it had no minute to even scream. That was that. So they shot. By the time the Bamia tribe actually noticed, oh my God, this is it. It was already too late. Like 50% of their men were down. And then one of them was like, no, wait, we can still do it. You see, they're up there. So they used their shields and they covered themselves. And they were like waiting now from here. Now, these guys from up there, they were like, okay, now they've noticed our trick, so we have to go down there and start fighting. So they came down the hills. Fujo, wamekasirika yao yote wamekuja. Now war began. Mangumi, mateke, mikono, nini. These guys, it was you go or we go. Whatever the case, we have to have one winner. The Bukusu people were not willing to let go of their land again. And the Teso were like, no, we have to take back our dignity, man. Well, according to the story, these people fought through the sunlight, and they were tired at around, evening. They were like, Kapana, yo, pause. We have to go drink water, then you come back. Because, today we've decided it's going to be bloodshed day. Let's just take water, then come back and continue killing each other. Remember, my friends, what happened to the wells? Yes. So, the Bukusu men were like, okay, go guys, go ahead and take the water. Drink, enjoy. Purely served from our wells. And guys didn't know what was up. They went aside drinking water. They were so thirsty. Oh, down. They lost another like 45% of their people. And no, this was just too much. The elder was like, yo, no. Yo, this is it. We can't do this anymore. Let's just give up. Let's go home. Yeah. So the best warriors from the Teso clan and of course Mukitewa Namene had a gathering. They were just like, wait, we can't do this anymore. We've agreed. Let's call it truce, shake hands, and let's just live in peace. We're not gonna, come to your territory, don't come to ours. We draw the line here. But you've killed like 99 of our people, so let's just leave it here. And that is how the Bukusu men won a war and retained their field from the Bamia of the Teso tribe. Well, I have just shared with you a brief story of Mukitewa Namene, also known as the drumming Bukusu warrior. And that is actually the end of our story today. If If you have not subscribed to Nkaulele TV Kenya, kindly do so. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, and do not forget to tap the notification bell so you can be notified each time we do an upload. And also you can, get engage with us on our social media platforms. We are Nkaulele TV Kenya and Nkaulele TV on all our social media platforms, but we are also Nkaulele 4 on TikTok. And until next time, it is good to share these stories with our children and even ourselves. It is good to remind ourselves where we are from and just, demystify some of these myths about our origin. Take care of yourself and see you again soon. Bye bye.